In 2006, I went on my first mission trip with my church to Honduras. There, I met this beautiful woman here who became my wife. 4 years later, my brother and I started Humanity and Hope United Foundation through a calling from God, where we end poverty in rural communities in Honduras through infrastructure, economy, healthcare, community leadership, and church planting.
The women of Honduras needed to have this same experience. So we brought to the different villages in Honduras laptops with these recorded messages so that they could have that same experience. And it was beautiful to see women were being transformed on the spot. They were crying, they were being prayed for. Something was happening in their hearts. So then I bring this information back to Pastor Sharon and I say, Pastor Sharon, I believe that we need to do this again. So we did it again in 2020, but then in 2021, things changed. And it was time for us to bring Beautiful Conference to the city, and so we did in 2022.
One of my favorite parts about beautiful Honduras is our pastor's lunch the day before. And I remember in 2022, if you could have heard the worship in that room, it was an upper room roar. I've never heard worship like that in my entire life. And the presence of Jesus was there, and it was so, so beautiful. Pastor Donna and I and some others were walking around in a village, and we started to talk to this girl named Belia. And Belia was 16 or 17 years old, and we could just tell that she was really sad. And so we talked to her for a while, and we realized that she had a miscarriage, full-term miscarriage. And so she was just devastated. It had happened weeks before. And we were able to show her love through the Beautiful Conference. And then she came to the Beautiful Conference, and it changed her life. I still see Belia in La Cuchilla in Honduras, and she's doing extremely well and has begun her family. She just had a new baby.
So I think the first time that I came here, I think we had about 300 pastors
in this
packed into this
shack.
shack.
Yeah, it's really a shock.
And explain the importance of having a hall to train pastors and ministers. How significant is that for the nation of Uganda in this season and in this place? Talk to me.
So at this property, a meeting place where you can ably train and pastors and leaders without the fear of weather coming in and distracting meetings is very critical. We have the accommodation, but we don't have a matching sitting area. So sometimes we even have to hire a tent. For
our own
meetings,
conferences. So like the youth camp we're doing in January, part of our budget is to hire a tent because the young people can't fit in this shack.
Right.
And also the weather can get hostile sometimes. So you want to know that you've put people in a place that is good enough.
But we also want a facility in this area because as we've already said, there's actually a budding church in this community. So it will be used both for groups to come and be trained here, while on Sunday it can serve as a church building. So it's very important that we have a facility that can do that. So in our plan, our thinking, to not be just like one big room, to be both a hall with breakout rooms, with bathrooms, with everything that is needed to have a beautiful property and facility.
Previously, we've had a few teams that have come and loved the property, wanted to use it for their church trainings, youth camps, kids camps. But because we didn't have a proper meeting facility, they felt like that was limiting for the activities they wanted to do. So we are sure that if we have a proper meeting hall, those breakout spaces, it's going to not only serve the church better, facilitate the training of leaders, but it will also greatly aid the sustainability of the ministry activities of Life Church.
Yeah. It helps us to continue the work here at the camp, but also the work in our church and in other churches that we support. So it will greatly enhance the income from this whole 20-acre property and also serve
the body of
Christ in Uganda. A meeting hall like this is what will serve tens of thousands of churches in Uganda.
As you probably know, we are pastors and missionaries in Puebla, Mexico. We have 5 kids. They're all doing amazing. 3 of them are in Bible college. 2 of them are here with us in Mexico. Yeah. The church is doing amazing, and in great part it's thanks to all of you who do so much to keep us on the mission field.
Yes.
But 2 special things that we have seen is that we are just a few months away from launching our own orphanage. It's been our prayer for 2 years now.
Yes.
To get this going. We have almost everything in order, and we feel like we're just a few months away until the government is able to say, here are the kids that need you guys to adopt them.
Yes.
So that's some great, awesome news. And then another thing, we have a Christian school now in our church. My wife is the principal, and we have 70 kids this year, and we have seen transformation in every age and every family. And thank you so much for praying for our church. We love you guys. Pastor Doug and Donna, I think we've known you for about 30 years now.
Wow.
You impacted me when I was a teenager of 16 years old. Getting to know you guys over these last few years in even a closer manner has been so impactful. We are ever changed, not only from what Pastors Doug and Donna have done for us personally, but for what the Pearl Church has done for Fuente. Thank you for being our friends, our family, and for partnering with us in everything that we are doing.
Yeah, thank you so much. We love you guys. We see you.
There's a verse in Genesis that talks about how Joseph is a fruitful vine and how the branches go over the wall to deliver even more fruit. And we as the Pearl Church, we're going to be fruit that goes over the wall to neighboring communities here in Denver, to neighboring cities, to neighboring states, to neighboring countries, even across the world to somewhere like Uganda.